Gonna be a great year, starting right now, baby. Right now.
Only in the NBA. What a way to start out your new opening night. And time to check out the starting lineups to the tip-off of the new season. First for the Wizards, Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. And in at center, former NCAA champion of UConn in 2000. Well, now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Randy Whitman. Doris?
A lot of his focus in preparing his team for this game centered around how they plan to deal with point guard Brandon Jennings. He said Jennings is a blur out there. He's so fast, and he plays with a relentless energy. It's a challenge for any team to really keep up with him. Kevin, we'll see if they can do it.
And thank you for that, Doris. First one falls for him.
Well, it was an ugly start to the season for the Wizards. Tried to revamp by trading for a host of veterans, but out of the gate, times were tough as they lost their first 12. Eventually got things turned around and were more dangerous when John Wall got healthy.
No good from Silk.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
Stuckey kicks to Jennings. Smith. With the lead pass, rejected by Nene, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 13th in rebounding, 14th in field goal percentage. And for blocks, interior defense, not a strong point for them. Just top 20 in the league.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Stuckey. The putback, and it's Drummond with the jam.
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He just is one of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And you know what? He is also relentless on the boards. He works as hard on his rebounding as anybody you're going to see.
The difference for the Wizards after Wall came back, as you said, Clark, was just day and night. They were so much more energized and seemed to relish the role of playing the spoiler for a lot of teams, Steve, down the stretch.
Yeah, they looked like a playoff team by the end of the year, and that's the challenge this season as we watch this club play it out. I mean, can they stay healthy? Can they continue that hot run that they had at the end of last year, and can that carry over into this one?
Ariza outside. Free throw line jump shot. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Great close out there, forcing the errant shot.
Well, he made it a tough shot again. He didn't give up on it, and he got a hand up.
Smith, guarded by Nene. Smith, the pass to Monroe. And Okafor with the block.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
It's stolen by Smith. Oh, and here comes Smith. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
It sure was. A stylish finish to cap it off, too.
You know, because Josh Smith doesn't put up huge numbers in any one area of the game, he sometimes gets overlooked for what he does on the floor. One of the most versatile big men in the game.
Oh, that's blocked. Stolen by Monroe. Now here's Jennings. He kicks to Stuckey. It's back to Jennings. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Jennings has got 5 points so far. And Steve, you mentioned Smith's versatility. There's no doubt he really fills up a stat sheet.
Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Kevin, he does it all, really, and pretty tough defense, too. An all-star caliber player, there's no doubt about that.
Back to Stuckey. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And it's slammed in by Smith.
Boy, what a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, it sure has been. Look at the lead they've jumped out to already. Impressive.
Wizards trail by 11. Okafor with a screen on Jennings to end the run. Rebounded by the Pistons. Monroe's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And, of course, game 1 of the season gives them their first real look at the Wizards.
Well, they capitalized on a weak opponent when they took on this team last year, sweeping the season series.
Stuckey and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Silk. Shot from the wing. They get it back, and slam dunk by Nene.
Boy, I like the way he carved out just enough space to get his hands on the missed shot and then rattle the rim on the putback.
And the gap narrows.
They're closing it fast.
Well, that's the effort of a team ready to fight back into this game.
Ariza against Smith. It's back to Jennings. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Even the teams at the bottom match up well against someone. That was the case here, too.
Well, Kevin, maybe your relative strengths don't show up against a top-tier team, but lower the bar of competition a little bit, and in your own way, you can shine.
That's a good point. Smith on the wing. It's back to Jennings. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 6 to shoot. Stuckey gets to Jennings. Goes back up. And it's good off the glass.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Nene with the screen on Jennings. Here's Everett. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
When you think of the Detroit Pistons, you always think back to some of the big powerhouse championship teams of the late 80s or early 2000s when they won titles as well. They've always been a team to contend with, but fans are being put through a pretty good test here as they rebuild.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. No good from Caldwell Pope.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Detroit leading by 8. Another season for Detroit and another year that their fans would like to forget. Steve, they were one of the younger teams in the league last season, and you can expect a team so young to take some lumps.
Oh, for sure. But there's some good young talent. Monroe, Drummond, of course, they signed Josh Smith, and this is a team that... ability, and they're trying to put it together now this year. They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far. That's an unusual, surprising miss for him, too. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Phillips goes in. Singler dishes to Urebko. Caldwell Pope passes to Villanueva. Here's Caldwell Pope on the wing. Singler. Shot clock at 6. Blocked. Here's Silk. Great D that time from Caldwell Pope.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Phillips, no good. Wizards trail by 11. Here's Everett. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
One of the problems for the Pistons last season was they always seemed to come out after halftime flat. Just couldn't sustain the kind of intensity and focus needed to win consistently. That was a big part of why they had such a tough year.
Both free throws good from Silk. Well, going back to the Pistons, the third quarter for them was by far their worst scoring quarter. Several points lower than any other quarter they played in, and with the sample size you get over the course of a season, that is no accident.
Well, you know, what you think about now with a team like this is that if it's young, maybe they're not used to the tweaks and the adjustments that other teams are making at them over the halftime break. So this is an area for improvement for this Detroit team.
The 15-footer, good. Silk's got 7 points in the game. Detroit leading by 9. 1:15 left in the first quarter. Phillips against Wall. And it's Chauncey Billups with 3.
He's got a nice stroke from long range, and he's not likely to pass up those opportunities when he gets them.
Wizards making us
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's opening day in the end.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here's Silk. He's guarded by Bynum. Here's Everett. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
Good on both. And here is Billups. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
Here's Everett. Drops it in from 11 feet. Silk's got 11. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points.
Basketball season is in full swing, so come out and enjoy live NBA action with your Wizard.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter.